Whoa, guys, I see smoke. I see a lot of smoke to the south. Just running into OK Falls, southbound on 97. I picked up my trailers at the scale, and I see thick smoke to the south. Hoping the highway's open. I didn't look at road conditions or anything. It's like 5:40 in the morning. Woke up early. Still dark when I woke up. I figured I'd rather spend the night at home if, well, this load was supposed to be delivered in the morning, but it has to be delivered today sometime. I figure if I deliver this load around lunchtime, I don't have my next load until tomorrow morning. So like instead of leaving Sunday afternoon, I can leave Monday morning. I'm like, done. Because everything's closed up here. Today's a holiday. But in the US there's not a holiday, so I can still deliver. And I've told my boss I'd gladly work the long weekends and I'll request different days off. Yeah, it's definitely smoke. So it's not by the road, it looks like it's just east of the road. There's got to be a forest fire going on that I did not know about. Oh, there's some down on the bottom too. I see. Oh wow, I can see the glowing fire. Wow. Yeah, it's definitely burning down on the bottom there too, right near the bottom of the slope. Big open flames. I don't know if the camera's picking up the flame yet, but it's definitely a glowing mountain. It's way up there too. Yeah, it's a pretty big fire. Wonder when that got started. A little windy yesterday, so people camping up there? I'm not sure. That is in the mountain cheaper in this area. It's huh. Hopefully they'll be okay. As long as it doesn't spread way this way, mountain sheep should be okay, but Havasu Lake. I don't see any helicopters or airplanes going. They probably have limitations on what times they can be flying, so you would think they'd be pulling those out right about now. Start hitting that fire with a red fire retardant. See little spots of open flame. It's burning pretty good. Close to the mountain to see it wide open, but we'll see. We'll see if this passing lane coming up. Eyes on the road, bud. Eyes on the road. Valley here. It's burning right in here. What are those big flames coming down into the little community here? What is this? Galloway Lake or something like that? Yeah, look at that. It's crazy. There's some big flames in there. Big flames in there. I guess these guys are all under evacuation notice. People stop and take pictures. Always have people like that. Just adds extra hazards to the fire. You know, when I was a firefighter, I have to deal with that all the time. Yeah, crazy. Fire is burning. Pretty much out of control, burning down. There's a big Fortis BC's out over here. There's a big power transfer station here. how many hectares that is, but it's burning pretty good right now. My guess would be 80 to 100 hectares up there, but who knows? Who knows? I'm not very good at guessing things like that. Gallagher Lake. That's the right name. Gallagher Lake. Up in here, it's burning really thick too. Yeah, it's going to put Gallagher Lake and then eventually Oliver into evacuation notice. All right, it's unloaded here in Wenatchee. They build trusses here. Help if I release the brakes all the way. So I'm headed to Klesnikov. Empty. I was doing the math, and to make sure I get border crossings that are open to commercial trucks, I think the fastest way is just go back to Soyuz and take Highway 3. What if I go through Christina Lake? Let's see. Let's quickly see.
In 3/4 of a mile, turn left on Judiel Avenue.
Let's see. I just thought of that. I'm like, crossing a trail is slower than a Soyuz. Nah, that's out of the way too. I could cross a Grand Forks, but that is a very limited. I don't know if they'd still be open by the time I got there, so. Okay, a Soyuz it is. Southern end of Wenatchee. There's a nice truss bridge up here that I would like to cross, but I think all the signs say no semis. There we go. take the bridge.
In 1/2 mile, turn left on Dudell Avenue. In 1/4 mile, turn left on Dudell Avenue.
It is getting hot. Hot, hot, hot. It's telling me to turn over here, not this, right where the truck is, right before the truck. I came down that way and it's a tight, tight road. I'm gonna try the one,
Turn left on Dudell
one
Avenue.
further up. Let's try it. Crawford Avenue, let's try that one. Yeah, I think that one's better.
Crawford Avenue, then take the first right.
Yeah, this is looking better already. Okay, pick up. I would stop there if I were you. I don't want to run over your nose. Yeah, this is much better street than the last one. Good, good.
Turn right at the
Good, good,
light.
good. So I got my trailers blocking the right lane and my truck blocking the left lane. It's the only way you can make sure nobody sneaks in beside you and you run them over. And I need both lanes to make this turn. And then as your trailers come around to this side, you're hopefully the front of the truck is already blocking the lane again. Curbing it nonetheless.
1/4 mile, turn right on Washington 285.
Still curbing it. And if there had been traffic in that turning lane, I would have just had to wait. No, Garmin, I cannot turn. I cannot turn that way. I am fairly confident that's a no truck route.
Turn right at
I could
the
be wrong.
light.
I don't see any signs here that say no trucks. Maybe I can. Not a big difference. I'll go through town. I don't see any signs over here that say no trucks. I saw signs earlier that said no trucks turning this way from the other direction, so maybe I just missed the signs. Trying to see if I see any trucks going that way. I see some smaller trucks, but no big trucks. I'm on the marker, right? Yeah, I am on the marker, so the sensor should be getting tripped. once again I see a small truck going over. Yeah, maybe I could have gone over that bridge. The bus is going over. Sure, I saw a sign that said no trucks earlier, but maybe they're referring to something else. Okay. First they weren't going to let me in, now all of a sudden they're going to let me in. Okay. Get to the slow lane. Hang out behind the bus. If it stops, it stops. It's a really narrow lane, so I really don't want to be in the left lane.
Turn left on.
No, I'm not doing a U-turn.
Take the first left.
I'm not doing a U-turn. Yeah, my mirror there, once again, I saw no trucks sign towards the bridge, so yeah, rather be safe than sorry. I'll head this way. I got a feeling I'd be okay that way, but maybe that sign means something else. Dog-wise, I like the ears on the G there. And Garmin, you can hush now. I'm going through Wenatchee.
In 1/4 mile, turn left on
Old downtown Wenatchee.
Then take the first left.
That guy's awfully close to the white line. There's a lot of these are parked right to the white line, which means I've got to
then take the first left.
Really try to split the difference. Ride right next to the broken white line. So close. So close, a few inches on either side. Just married. Sweet.
In 1 mile, turn right on North Miller Street.
Like I've got to go around the corner of these narrow lanes. I really don't want to tag that pickup that's hanging out a bit. The best thing to do is just slow down. The sky is definitely quite hazy here. There's a fire south of us by Yakima, fire by Chelan. There's fires all around. But if you look at the mountains, they're all golden. There's nothing alive on those mountains. Another corner I'm gonna take right on the white line. Man, I'm glad I got these new trailers. They follow so much nicer than the old set. I would have struggled a little more.
Keep left. traffic light.
Take
Then
my
keep
time
left.
on this corner. Lots of room, good. Well designed. I need to be a lane over. Maybe this one's okay. Am I okay in this lane?
Keep left to North Wenatchee
Yeah, I'm okay in
Avenue.
this lane. Okay, cool. A little confusing, those signs. A little confusing.
In 2 miles, take the ramp on the right to US 2 East toward
Yellow?
Washington 28.
I'll set cruise control. We'll see if that's going to work out or not. Don't have to worry about my speed now. All I have to worry about is stopping if someone slows down. Chimney. Yes, I probably pronounced that with an SH instead of a CH. If you pay attention, I do that a lot. I like the colors of that bike there. I really like those colors. A white bike with some darker trimming there. It's got blues on there. I think I'd go with reds. But the white bike is just so visible. Wear white gear, white helmet. Oh, I had a bit of red on the front there. I don't like the mixed mash of colors. Pick one or the other. So in the US, we still have 6 hours and 57 minutes of drive time remaining. The border is about 2 hours away. So that won't be an issue. I'm glad I stayed home. It would have been a boring afternoon if I had been delivering here at 7 a.m. and then drove to Klesnikov and just sit there bored out of my mind. So now I'll get to Klesnikov probably around 5, 5:30, maybe in 6. Not really in a rush, so I might take some extra little breaks here and there. Load at 6 a.m. I'm debating of going to Salmo, sleeping in Salmo. I've got an air leak on the front of my truck. If I sleep in Salmo, get my truck fixed there.
In 1.5 miles, take the ramp on the right to US 2 East, then keep left.
Get the air leak fixed, then go pick up my load. I should still be able to make the destination to Mission. Maybe I'll do that. I'll call dispatch and see what they think.
US 2 East, then keep left.
Want to turn here, I think? Yeah, I think I want to turn here.
Keep left to US 2.
Yeah, that's working out. That was a good drive through Wenatchee. First time I've ever driven through Wenatchee with a big rig. Personal vehicle a couple times. Oh, the big rig. Aggressive moves going on there. Half tempted to turn off here.
Sunset Highway.
Take 97 alternate to the north. Make my life a little hard going through Chelan, but it would take significantly longer too. But it is a fun route. If you're just touring and want to see the scenery, take 97 alternate north from Wenatchee to Chelan. Canadian flag is flapping like crazy
Turn left.
in the US of A. I would love to set up some flag holders. I got some ideas of how to set up some flag holders and mount them on, have one on both sides of the truck and have a Canadian flag on one side and an American flag on the other. That'd be a good idea. The flag, the way I've got it mounted now, I don't like it. It hangs too low and gets dirty. I think if it was higher up, it would be cleaner. I think so.
Turn left at the traffic light. See how the hillside is just golden. Right, there is very little green. The only place where there's green is where it's irrigated. Some of the bushes are still green, but for the most part, it's looking awfully golden. That's a beautiful paint job of the Harley beside me. Beautiful. It's a dark green, light green pin stripping. A lot of metallic flakes in the paint job. Definitely a beautiful, beautiful paint job. Dashboard's got a built-in GPS. Wow. Go. Nice and wide so I don't sideswipe any of those vehicles. In 3 miles, enter the roundabout.
There we go. That was Wenatchee.
the northbound Okanagan Valley 97. Right along the river. Columbia River. It's Columbia, right? Yeah, there's got to be Columbia River right here, yeah. Don't think I'm crazy. Well, I might be crazy, but I'm still correct. This is the Columbia River. So is this still called the Okanagan then? It might not be the Okanagan here anymore. I hate the ruts on this highway. Just despise them. I feel like I'm driving drunk. I'm all over the lanes. It's like it's the way they seal coated the center or the lines where the tracks are. They've put an extra layer of pavement on there, and the lines are too close together for my wheels. So one of my wheels often is running the edge of one of those lines. Makes it hard to stay within their lane. It's a lot of black lines. Apple trees. Lots of, well, apple orchards and wineries. Wineries are starting to replace apple orchards down here too. In the Okanagan and Canada, wineries have taken over a lot of the orchards. But here you still have a lot more apples. Talking to Jess, she says they are evacuating Gallagher Lake area. They're really worried about that BC Hydro substation. And apparently the fire is 150 hectares already. So it's growing fast. Growing very, very fast. Apples are looking very close to being picked. They've got some good red apples in there, and some are very yellow apples, so I think they'll be picking apples here very soon. very, very soon. I think a big reason why the orchards are doing better here in Washington than in Canada, and in Canada everything's being switched to vineyards, is labor. Canada, there's such a shortage of labor. People are willing to manually pick all the apples, peaches, and a lot of manual labor. There's a lot more money in wine, so I think you can afford to pay for the higher end labor. And picking grapes is a lot easier than climbing on top of ladders trying to pick apples from. A lot easier and safer, so probably easier to hire people to do that. There's probably machines that do that too. Grapes seem like if you organize it right, they probably get to pick all the grapes by machine. I haven't paid enough attention if they are picked by machine or by human beings. That's why I don't understand in the US why people are trying to get rid of the illegal immigrants. They're doing the jobs nobody else wants to do. They're not taking away your jobs. They're doing the jobs you don't want to do and then spend the money on the companies that you do want to run. So the illegal immigrants are very healthy for the economy, in my opinion. We definitely need more immigrants to Canada, more people that are willing to do the jobs that Canadians aren't willing to do anymore. Hard manual labor jobs with low paying wages. So many unemployed people not willing to do those low paid manual labor jobs. He is all the way off the road. That was nice. Spraying pesticides in the trees. Make sure the apples stay nice, healthy apples and not full of bugs. Wash your fruit before eating it. skiing behind the boat. There's two boats out there. One was in my hiding in my A post. I'm sure the video isn't doing it justice how much I'm bouncing around within the lane. How much work this highway is. That's not good. Some of those trees are looking awfully yellow. It's not fall yet, guys. It's not time to change colors. I guess it's that dry. So I wonder if these apple trees underneath all this netting are organic. No pesticides. Why this part of the valley is so beautiful. And up in front of us, you see all these lines of sandbars. I guess those are all different layers of where the lake used to be. Glacier lakes covering all of that. Only that makes sense to me in my mind. Sharp curve, where? Garmin says there's a sharp curve coming up. I don't know what it's smoking. I find it funny when it tells me that in the prairies. Sharp curve, I was like, no. No, there's not. No need to panic. No need to slow down. It looks like they are working this where all the sagebrush used to be here. I bet you they're going to turn it into a winery. Could be orchard, but I guess I do have to slow down for this one. Oh, it looks like someone didn't turn. Someone just went straight.
that beautiful bridge there. Has a very similar style to the one in Wenatchee. Similar style of bridge. I wonder if they were built by the same engineers, same era. BB Bridge. RV spots look like they're pretty much all packed full. I don't know if there's any open spots down there. Columbia River. See, I knew I was right. Still following the Columbia River for now. I did see a sign a little way back that said welcome to Okanagan District. We're just north of Petros on Highway 97. Looks like we're entering another town. What's this one called? Brewster? I think Brewster, if I remember correctly. Brewster south on that sign there, so yeah, it looks like all the Apple warehouses are very busy preparing, getting ready for the Christmas season of apples coming in. Surprised there's no height sign on these. I mean, they're fairly high, but they're not that high. Railroad crossing above.
But if the railroad's still active here, I don't think I've ever seen a train up here, but who knows? Actually, yeah, I have seen a train in Orville once. A few years ago, but there's a good chance it's still active. If we wanted to follow the Columbia River, we'd have to turn here after Brewster. Well, where the scale is up ahead. But we're headed northbound, out of the Columbia Gorge, into the Okanagan Valley. That bridge had a height limit sign. Got itchy toes, I don't know why. Itchy. Did I get bit last night? Columbia to the right, Okanagan to the left. Yeah, just apple trees as far as the eye can see. All the way from Wenatchee all the way to the border, just apple trees, apple trees, apple trees, apple trees. No way all these apples can fit into those warehouses. They must pack them up and chip them out all over the country right away. Probably even out of the country. The last 3 minutes we went under the railroad twice, and now we're going over the railroad. If I'm right, the next bridge we cross should be the Okanagan River. This is where the Okanagan River flows into the Columbia. Right there. This is Okanagan River. Flows into the Columbia. I don't know if it's still called the Okanagan River down here. Yeah, Yeah, it says right there, Okanagan River. Cool. I'm not crazy. See, I know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Once again, I know I'm crazy. Look at those, just orchards and orchards and orchards. Anything not brown is an orchard. Thanks to all the dams on the Columbia River. None of these orchards would be possible without all the water being dammed up on the Columbia. Way station half mile. Is it open? That is the question. It's open every now and then, not very often.
Continue on US 97.
Way station is closed. No sign here, no warning sign that you should really take this corner a little bit slower than full speed limit. But you should take this corner a little slower than full speed limit. If you take it at full speed limit, it gets a little hairy. At least in a big rig. Alright, they were painting lines when I came down today morning, so we'll see if they're still painting lines further ahead, or if they are, I expect delays. Don't want to paint these brand new trailers white or yellow. I like them black. Back up into the smoke. Just drove through Tenasket, still northbound on 97. Getting close to the border. As you can see, there's still orchards. Orchards. More apples. Those trees look white because it's the pesticides that got sprayed onto them. I'm not sure if the pesticides or lime or what they spray on there, but they've been sprayed. Further north over here, there's a little bit more ground crops among the orchards, but small field of alfalfa there, I feel like. Yeah. Lots of bugs. It's funny how many more bugs there are further down here. An hour north, Penticton has hardly any bugs. so smoky that the mountains and horizon and everything just kind of melds together. You don't know where the sky begins and the mountains begin and the ground begins. All just disappears into smoke. Definitely starting to smell it too. Apple trees up here are not as red. The apples are getting a little bit red, but they're not quite as red up here. And when actually they were getting a lot closer to being ready. Just drive 2 hours north and everything's a little bit behind. Some orchards have lots of fans like this installed. They're propane powered fans. Just to keep the air moving. They use them in spring when there's a chance of frost. Get the air moving and it's a better chance of the new blossoms not freezing up. I guess I'm not going fast enough for him, or better, the speed limit's not fast enough for him. It needs to be a little quicker than that. I'd be cautious at the speed I'm going. I've seen a lot of police officers today. Man, that smoke is thick over here. Smoke's getting pretty nasty thick here. We are in Orville, just a couple of miles from the border. Just like in your mouth, in your lungs, like I'm gonna start cracking. My voice is starting to crack. Throat's clogging up. Excuse me. Very thick smoke. Yeah, if August is going to be like this, well, who am I kidding? August will be like this. I'm not looking forward to the rest of August and early September. We're just lucky it's August. In the past, it's been July as well. So, but August is pretty much guaranteed smoky season in BC every year. Don't enjoy it. Don't enjoy it one bit. Border wait time, no info. No info means it's not a long line. Usually, that's what it means. Penticton, 47 minutes away, or miles. Well, it would be more than 47 minutes because it's only 80 kilometers an hour once you cross the border. What, 50 miles an hour? So yeah, it'd be more like an hour away. Oh, cruise control, you can do it. So incredibly smoky. I'm really hoping that as we climb out of the Okanagan here that I'll get out of the smoke. It's like, what do I hit of this skunk? Whew. I'm assuming it was a skunk. I don't really smell it, so it must have been dead for a while if it was a skunk. Osoyoos Lake. I see a lot of boaters here on the US side. A lot of boaters. I don't know if you're allowed to cross the border on boat. Gas station looks like it's no longer selling gas. This one is. 30 miles, not kilometers yet. Oh, looks like there's a bit of a lineup. Not a very long one, but there's a bit of a lineup. Probably 5-10 minutes. $34 degrees Celsius.
Keep right to Highway 97.
I think I'll just stop here, turn my engine off, wait for traffic to move, and move. Wait till there's enough to move a whole truck worth forward and then move. Anyway, guys, I'm hoping to get out of the smoke here, so thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully all goes well tomorrow morning with my air leak repair, and we'll be on the way to Mission. So hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed, and have a good Monday.